Welcome to Founders and Funders Australia. This week I have Jude on the show. Welcome to the show, Jude.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I've seen your designs everywhere, online and in person at the shop. Before we get into your current business, tell us where it all began. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Singapore. Until about the age of 14, I think, before we moved to Melbourne. I've just been in Melbourne ever since.
What brought you to Australia?
It was a family move. Basically we were escaping the Asian crisis, the Asian financial crisis.
Okay.
That was in 99. My dad decided to move the whole family over, and my sisters were all studying here already, and they didn't want to go back home.
Yeah.
So we all decided to join them.
And when you came here, what did you go directly into studying? Like, what were you doing when you first moved here?
Oh, I was like a wee teenager, so I had to finish high school, and then after that, I went on to study oil painting, fine art at the VCA, Victorian College of the Arts. And then after that, I had a gap year where I traveled before I had to go back to serve the military in Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah, so I couldn't escape that, unfortunately, because I left after the age of 12, which is the cutoff age that you can escape it.
Mm-hmm.
I still had to go back and serve for 2 years.
What was military service like going back to Singapore? What did you have to do?
It was very challenging because I came out of art school, which was very liberal, and then like straight into the military system. And then for the first 3 months, it was basic training. So all the stuff you have to learn, like how to use a rifle,
Wow.
how to strip and put it back together, how to throw a grenade, like field camp, shooting practice, like all this stuff that like I didn't expect to just learn like straight out of art school.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went into like more of an office job kind of role. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you didn't have to shoot any rifles in reality, like
No. So it was an interesting experience, like quite challenging, but I think taught me a few life skills that I still use until today. So at least, that was something. Yeah.
What was life skills?
I think determination, tenacity, organization. Like in a strange way, like things that I still use in my business. Yeah.
I was in Canada. We have air cadets, like Boy Scouts, where like we have to polish our shoes and we have to iron our outfit and learn to march. And there's all this work ethic and rigor. Is that something where you just learn this discipline and this precision and like working in a group?
Yeah. A lot of teamwork and like learning to work with all kinds of people as well.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't expect that you would need these skills in like a supposedly like free creative field, but they do come in handy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you came back after military service, and what did you do?
So after that, I was a little bit lost for a while, trying to get my life back on track because 2 years in the military and having an arts degree wasn't really a good setup to go straight into a career, I suppose. So I worked in retail for a while before I decided to go back to study and go back to doing fashion.
Okay.
So I think I was 23 or 24 when I decided that I wanted to um, pursue fashion. Yeah.
Yeah. So where did you go? Where did you study?
I went to RMIT.
Okay.
Yeah. and I did the advanced diploma. It was the TAFE course, so I was more interested in the practical skills to start my own business.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just do it and get it done as quickly as I could, so that I could go out there and do my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I only know about design school from watching reality TV, Project Runway.
Yeah.
Parsons School with Tim Gunn.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the show? Close to reality is the show versus what you experienced in design school?
Oh, it's surprisingly close.
Okay.
Like, I think like the timelines and like, dramatic personalities, like people breaking down, like, it's actually, it's actually quite true to life. Yeah.
What were the most important lessons you learned at the school?
Well, I think apart from like the practical skills, which, like it really advanced that, because before that, I was very much self-taught, and I learned everything through like books and tutorials and using my mom's old sewing machine. But this gave me like a really strong foundation of how to use like industrial equipment, how to like take fashion into commercial production. But I think also, yeah, once again, like life skills, like learning how to work with people and learning about like how the industry works. Yeah.
What did you do after you graduated?
So I worked for an accessories company for a while as a handbag designer.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't there for very long, and after that I decided that I really wanted to start my own thing. So I did the NICE course, which is the government funded business course to start your own small business. And then after that I just started my own business full time. Yeah.
For me, like, people have to win contests to get funding to start their own brand or clothing brand. Like, how did you start your business? Like, how did you fund it?
Yeah, basically from nothing, from scratch. So I did take out a small loan with my dad,
Okay.
which I have paid back in full, which is
Nice.
which I'm very proud of. And I also took out a small loan from the bank, and which I also paid off, thankfully. So that was my initial funding. And I just grew it very, very organically and slowly.
Yeah.
I started off selling at design markets, and like through retail stores that stocked my stuff, and then slowly from there it grew into like our own pop-up store, which was around the corner. And then when that lease expired, I moved to this permanent store, and that's been our home ever since. So
Wow.
yeah.
I used to work in banking, and I was always nervous. How do you get a business loan with just an idea? You had the loan from your father, and you went to the bank. What do you tell the bank to get a loan to start a new business?
Oh, at that point, I did have my business running already.
Okay.
At a small scale.
Okay.
And thankfully, with the NICE program, like part of the course is to write up a business plan. So I had that ready to go.
Okay.
So it was actually quite easy to approach the bank.
Okay.
And it wasn't a massive loan, so it was
Okay.
it was quite easy. Yeah.
So now you're in your own store. Like, what were the challenges along the way? It sounds pretty smooth of a journey.
Not at all. I might have made it sound easy, but it's really not.
What were some of the most memorable challenges that you had getting to here?
Yeah, I think how would I say? I think it's a lot of trial and error, and like thankfully like making the mistakes earlier on that I didn't blow them out of proportion.
Yeah.
So I didn't go bankrupt, thankfully.
Yeah.
I think yeah, a lot of challenges. I think there was a couple of times when I thought like, oh, this is not working anymore, and I should just go find a day job and just, stop following my dream.
Mhm.
Um, I think, yeah, yeah, I would say like, there was like maybe like two moments when, the business was like took a downturn and I had to pick it back up again.
Mhm.
And, I think the point is that, I never gave up.
Yeah. How do you, when I'm starting new companies, my biggest fear is finding your first customers. How is that for you? Like, what do you remember your first customers? And how did you find them? This was selling at markets.
Yeah. So I think that, selling at markets was, like basically my training ground for finding who my customer is. And, um, like, I think I've said it, quite a lot before, that that was my best, education,
Yeah.
that, it helped me find my customers who still shop with me until today.
Yeah.
So, through that, I realized how diverse my customer base is. And, like, it is a niche, but also like in terms of like age and size inclusivity, it's very broad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that really helped me to develop my style in what I do, and, like focus on my niche and not try to please everyone.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah.
How would you describe your customer? Like, what does your customer look like in terms of like their profile? What are their interests? Like, what's important to them? I read
Yeah.
about your site about like your ethically sourced materials, or like you make them in Australia.
Yeah.
But tell me more about like your vision on like your ideal customer and like.
Yeah. I think my customer, I would say they have a really creative, quirky side to them.
Mhm.
They're quite playful in the way they like to get dressed.
Mhm.
And they come from all different backgrounds. Some of them are creatives, like they're artists, designers, musicians. And then some of them work in the corporate world, and they have like, a creative side that they need to express through the way they dress.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's a huge cross section of people. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of manufacturing, how did you get to the view that you have today on like how you want to produce and what's important to you in your products? I think like there's on your site, you talk about like ethically sourced materials and like you also manufacture them, you create them here in Australia. So
Yeah.
were these things very intentional to you, or these things that you discovered
Yeah,
the
very
way?
much. Yeah, I think, like it's very important to me to get everything made locally and to support the local garment manufacturing industry. That's our focus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also material wise, we source a lot of fabrics, deadstock fabrics, from Italy and Japan. So that's our main focus. It's natural fibers, and as much as we can, like sourcing, deadstock materials. Yeah.
Excellent. I've never seen the whole process since I'm not a designer, but you just recently launched your new collection. How does it go start at the very beginning when you're starting your new collection for the next season? Or like what happens from that point till getting the clothes on the rack for your customers? Like what are the steps involved?
Yeah, it's a long process, I would say. I think it takes us about, um maybe like 4 to 5 months to develop a full collection
Mm-hmm.
from start to finish. Um yeah, so now we've finished the spring summer collection, and I'm already starting to think about next winter. So I guess the ball keeps rolling.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so the initial stage from like the conception to sketch, and then from there, my final sketches, get shown to my pattern maker,
Mm-hmm.
who interprets my designs and, into patterns that we can cut and sew basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the cutting and sampling is done right here.
Okay.
This is our work table
Oh,
right here
wow.
as well.
Okay.
So yeah, all the pattern making, sample cutting gets
Wow.
done here. Um, and I always sew up the first sample. So I know exactly how it gets put together, constructed. Like I know like each detail that I want, from like the width of the seam or the stitch line. Like I'm really particular with the construction and quality. And then from there, after like final fittings and resamples, it goes into production. So we source the fabrics, we create uh, the final production line, and then it gets sent to the local maker.
I'm
Yeah.
always curious. I'm always curious how fittings work because we're all different shapes and sizes. And so you
Yeah.
create a pattern. How do you decide what to tweak and like who are you fitting it for? Because it won't fit everyone, just like your style won't fit everyone. So
Yeah,
when you
exactly.
get the patterns and you sew it yourself and you do a fitting, like how do you decide what's the right fit?
Yeah, so basically we try on the same shape on like different people.
Okay.
So like within my team, there's a bunch of us who are like different shapes and sizes, different heights as well. So yeah, so we try on the same sample on different shapes, and like we know our customers quite well, so uh we sometimes like design something with like a specific customer
In mind.
or like body shape in mind. Our shapes are also quite free form, like they're quite free flowing. So they are um I guess like engineered to fit a few different body types. Yeah.
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 And then when you launch, what how do you launch a new collection? Is it you do a fashion show? It's an online broadcast? Like how do you tell all your customers when the new collection's out? What is the marketing side, the business side?
Yeah, I think we are still trying to finesse that. I think um we've got we've got quite a good system going now, but I'm always open to new ideas, like marketing ideas of how to launch. But basically, yeah, generally like fashion shows or presentations are quite expensive.
Yeah.
So, what we like to do is we have like a VIP shopping night, which we do here, like right here in the store. And that's basically the first look at the collection that our VIP customers get to see. So we try to make it quite small and exclusive. And then from there, it goes online to our full customer base.
Okay.
Yeah, and then from there, we also sell at our design markets, and yeah, and in the store. So those are our main avenues. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were going to school, design school, who are your influences for designers that you look up to and why?
Yeah, so my fashion heroes, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah.
Um, I would say since I was a kid, like I've always loved Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Yes.
I think because of his eclectic style and how his style just kept changing. But he was always like so true to himself. Like I always thought that was so cool. And also Vivienne Westwood, she's
Oh,
one of
I
my
love her work.
favorites.
Actually, she
Yeah.
came up on my feed recently.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Mainly through influencers talking about secondhand garments. There's a big market for her, like pre-loved goods.
I just love all her philosophies in general, like about sustainability in fashion, and how she's like so anti-fashion, but her brand is at the same time so big, and
Yeah.
how she's managed to balance all that. Um, yeah, and obviously, like I love my Japanese designers too. I love Yoji. I love Com. Um, yeah, so I
Is it
would
Comme des
say
Garçons?
Comme des Garçons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess these are like my four main ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And you've been at Melbourne Fashion Festival featured.
Yeah.
Tell us what it was like to be there. Like, what is the experience?
Yeah, so we've always we've always been part of the independent program, like doing our own show in the store. But earlier this year, it was our first time showing on the main stage. So it was quite a moment for us because I applied to be part of the National Designer Award, and um the organizer Todd, he's the head of fashion programming.
Mm-hmm.
He alerted me that, oh, the application is closing soon, so you've got to apply because this is within your 8 years of business that you're still eligible.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw I sort of scrambled together an application and put it in, and kind of wasn't expecting much really. Yeah, so to be named a finalist, I was kind of like blew my mind.
Yeah.
And also like the judging where I met like some of my fashion heroes and
Mm-hmm. Who was on
like
the judging panel? Who was judging?
so there was Akira Isogawa,
Mm-hmm.
who's I've admired his work for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
since I was, like a fashion student. There was Bianca Spender, and her work is really beautiful as well. And then I met Claire Press, who is that really interesting fashion journalist who has that wonderful podcast as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so it was one of the most, nerve-wracking experiences of my whole life, but I got through, and it was yeah, I got to show on the main stage as well,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's experience I will never forget.
What's happened since the Melbourne Fashion Festival? Like, what have you noticed changes in your business? Have you grown your following?
This year we've had a good year in our business, and like from the fashion festival, like a lot of things have rolled on from there. Like the publicity and the I guess the influence, the context that we received were, yeah, really invaluable. And yeah, we were invited to show again in the following year, so
Oh,
that was really
congratulations.
good. Oh, thank you.
What do you see in store for your brand in the next few years? What do you have in store?
So I think we really want to expand the online side of the business. Um, I think that's an area that I feel is yeah, still there's still room for growth because I have so much of my work goes into like the physical day-to-day stuff of running the store, doing the events, creating the collections. So I think my next focus is to like really strengthen the online part of the business. Yeah.
Okay, like more
Mm.
e-com sales, or what?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I think also like how you say, like revitalizing our website, giving it a makeover, and
Okay.
yeah.
Do you manage that yourself?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cool.
Mm.
How have you seen changes in promoting your business in recent years with social media? Have you?
Yeah, there's huge changes. I think like social media has become like one of the yeah, one of the main avenues of like how we promote and how we sell the clothing. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
What do you see as your biggest challenges going forward? Like we talked about some of your challenges in the past that you overcome, but what are your current challenges that you're still working through?
Um, yeah, I think that making the clothing locally and ethically in Melbourne, Australia, is, well, it was never easy, but I think with the aging population of makers, and
Hmm.
also like not as many young makers are taking their place. A lot of um, people are retiring and so on. I think that's it's a bit of a dying art, I suppose.
Hmm.
And we're trying our best to like keep the industry going with what we do, and to, like keep innovating, keep finding like new makers to work with as well. But the ones that we've worked with for over, like for all these years, like
They're retiring.
Well, there's one of them says that within the next 5 years, like she's thinking of retiring because she's been in the industry for over 30 years now. Yeah, so that's in the future, I think I need to plan ahead for what's to come. Yeah.
What can you do?
Oh, to be honest, I'm not sure. I think like, yeah, I'm always on the lookout for local makers, and like maybe like adjusting our own in-house production to accommodate for that as well. Yeah.
So the makers that you talk about, these are the pattern makers, or who are the makers?
They cut and sew the garments, so they're the garment makers, I guess.
They piece it all together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut, make, and trim.
Oh, wow. How much effort is there? How many hours is spent making one garment?
Depends on the style and the complexity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically from like a base t-shirt, say, to like a fully tailored coat, it's it's
the tailored coat. Like, how long does it take to make a tailored coat?
To be honest, I've never fully calculated that. But I think for my first sample, which is the sample stage is always slower.
Yeah.
From the cutting and sewing, I would say probably 2 to 3 days of work.
Wow.
Yeah.
What advice do you have, given you've gone through from school to now creating your own store? What advice do you have to pass on to younger designers who want to get into the space?
Yeah, I think it's it's not an easy business. I think it takes a lot of determination, courage, tenacity. But I think the main thing that will keep driving you is your passion, basically, and like your vision of like what you want to create. Like I would say like never lose sight of that. And I always say like to also start small, and you might have a grand vision, but I think the day to day and like planning, like in the month, like within the month, or like have the broader scope, of course, but day to day is very much also very important. Yeah.
I think I really like how you approached it at smaller scale, to test things, to gather insight, and then refine it, and then grow. Like, you didn't go and get a big loan and buy a big store without having sold product. Like, you sold at markets. And then you met your customers, and then you had a pop-up shop, and then you created your own store. Where did you learn this? Or was it just instinctual that you should start small and test things? Because it's something that is not common knowledge, and we have to teach it quite often in business school.
I think like a mix of things. I think like looking at what my friends who are also local makers, like looking at what they do. It's also instinct as well, and also budget, because like I didn't have the budget to like have a grand entrance. Like, I had to start like from somewhere. So it's out of necessity as well. I
think sometimes that's helpful than having a big budget, or if someone gave you a big loan, then you don't have to be as careful with rationing your resources.
And I think it's also about building your name, because like to have a huge expense and a big store without having a following is like probably the most risky thing you could do.
Absolutely. Okay, so for our listeners who want to know more about you and to see your clothes, what's the best way to find you? Where would you like them to go?
Yeah, so if you're in Melbourne, come visit our store. We're on 252 Johnston Street in Fitzroy. And if you want to visit us online, it's designedbyjude.com. And our Instagram and Facebook are all Designed by Jude handles. So yeah, that's where you can find us.
Thank you very much for your time, Jude.
Thank you so much.